President Trump now changing course on North Korea. Just last month, President Trump tweeted that he was against negotiating with Kim Jong-un, saying, quote, "I told Rex Tillerson, our wonderful Secretary of State, that he's wasting his time trying to negotiate with little rocket man. Save your energy, Rex. We'll do what has to be done," said the president. But today, the president in Seoul signaled he's open now to talking with little Kim.
I think we're making a lot of progress. I think we're showing great strength. We have many things happening that we hope. In fact, I'll go a step further. We hope to God we never have to use. With that being said, I really believe that it makes sense for North Korea to come to the table and to make a deal that's good for the people of North Korea and the people of the world.
And this breaking news just coming in from Associated Press reporting that President Trump had planned a surprise visit to the DMZ, but has now canceled that surprise visit, which none of us knew about because of poor weather at the DMZ. And joining us now, former Deputy Assistant Strategist to President Trump, now the Chief Strategist for the Make America Great Again Coalition, Dr. Sebastian Gorka. Seb, good to have you with us. The president has suddenly decided that he is open to negotiating more than that, urging Kim Jong-un to sit down at the negotiating table. Your reaction?
Well, Lou, he is the master of the deal, and he has a track record of doing this. When things don't go his way with Plan A, he moves to Plan B. Remember when things weren't going too well, when he asked the GOP to support him on the Hill, what happened? He invited Schumer, he invited Pelosi to the Oval, he had dinner with them. I think this is the same kind of pattern. We've had great high hopes for China interceding. Remember the Mar-a-Lago summit? After the weeks and months after Mar-a-Lago, the president was very displeased with Xi Jinping's apparent inability to bring some kind of leverage to bear on Pyongyang. So it looks like he's cutting out the middleman, or at least signaling to Pyongyang that he's prepared to negotiate face to face.
As I recall, he also launched 50 cruise missiles at Syria while they were having dinner, which seemed to have at least caught the president's attention for a period. Interestingly, talking about China, Xi is making clear and obvious moves to support President Trump's efforts with Kim Jong-un. The president today acknowledging those efforts and imploring Russia to do the same to constrain and to stop the nuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. What do you think of those efforts?
Well, you have to really doff your cap to Ambassador Haley at the UN. The idea that whilst we're launching a 301 investigation on Chinese theft of U.S. intellectual property, while things are pretty frosty with regards to Moscow and relations to the U.S., she manages to bring both of those countries and the whole UN Security Council to the table to bring the most stringent package of sanctions against North Korea is very, very impressive. But we still have yet to see requisite de-escalation. The rhetoric coming out of North Korea is still blustering. It's still saber-rattling. We need to see them stop doing the ballistic missile launches, and we need to see a halt to the nuclear testing. That would be a clear sign that they wish to de-escalate, and I think that's what the president is waiting for.
It's interesting because while we can't say that it's been brought to an end by the president's diplomatic efforts, we can safely say that there has been a pause, a significant one. If that is breached, it seems there is implicit in the atmosphere that there will be consequences for Kim Jong-un, because simply after all of the assessments from our intelligence and defense departments, we are looking at the imminent prospect of ballistic missiles with significant warheads on them within striking distance of the United States. This looks like a critical moment for Kim Jong-un.
Oh, absolutely, Lou. This is something that has been festering for decades, facilitated by the Clinton administration, made even worse under Obama. It was nuclear blackmail on a global scale, but it's got to a point where we have a new commander-in-chief, Donald Trump, who said enough is enough, with a Secretary of Defense, General Mattis, who said we will destroy you, meaning the regime of the North. So this is decision time for Pyongyang.